Hello everyone. This is an introduction to the FATOORAH website. So the FATOORAH website intends to automate the process of making and receiving local orders in restaurants and coffee shops. It will allow customers to make orders online from their tables. Second thing is the intended user for the FATOORAH website. The intended audience are restaurant coffee shop owners, restaurant coffee shop employees, restaurant and coffee shop customers. The problems are, so first, the customers get bored while waiting for the waiter to come. 2. The customers might not want to call waiters. 3. Customers might not want to get up from their table to order. 4. Some customers still wants to communicate with waiters. The solution that we're offering is that the FATOORAH website will be an intermediary between food customers and employees, as it allows customers to make orders right from their tables using a smartphone. Employees will receive the order and prepare it. The website is not intended for delivery, nor is it intended for people who order takeaway. So now I'll talk about the interviews that we did. First, I'll talk about the interview candidates. First one is Himansu. He's a shift manager at Texas Roadhouse. Second one is Renato, a waiter at Texas Roadhouse. Rama, a student at PNU and a moderately frequent visitor. John, a consultant at the Saudi National Guard and a very frequent visitor. Jonathan, a high school student and a very frequent visitor. So here are the questions that we asked. We've categorized them into work, restaurant, technology, communication, and management. One of the questions that we asked about work is, what are the daily challenges that the new employees face? A second one would be, what would you do to improve your job? Some questions about restaurant is this your first time here? If not, what brings you back? What would you change about ordering from a restaurant? And in technology, we asked, what do you think about QR codes and tables? How do you use software programs? How satisfied are you with it? And in communication, what do you usually say to the waiter as a frequent visitor? What do you think about communicating with waiters? And in management, why do you choose this style of restaurant and how do you advertise special offers? These are the empathy maps for our candidates. First one is Himansu. There is the think, say, feel and do. An example of the think is that he thinks that the idea will work in Saudi Arabia. An example of the do, he chose the customer who we will interview. And the tensions, contradictions, surprises. His example is when I showed him the video, he refused to complete seeing the video. This is the empathy map for Renato. Same thing with the think, feel and do and say. Tensions, contradiction and surprises. He was talkative unlike his manager. And this is the empathy map for Rama, the PNU student. She thought that our team will help the Saudi community, and she was excited to ask interviewers questions, and that is it.
Okay, now I will introduce how we make or how we benefit from previous interviews that we did, and you get very good ideas that may improve our design for the app. We got four main ideas. They said the customer usually curious about new dishes. So for this, we bring a new idea that is making special offer in the menu. So we can make highlight for some offer to let the customer know about our new dishes. Second idea, they said we need some technology that will help people to make order in COVID-19 period without need to real communication with people, without needing face-to-face communication. So for this reason, we try to make some communication ways through the app without need to talk face-to-face with waiter. For example, they can make calling or they can make some chatting with the cashier or the waiter. Also, they said we need to adding some fun to the app. So for that, we make some we try to making some riddle in the app. If the customer get answer the riddle correct, he will get some offer or some free dishes or drinks. For the four things they say try to make the menu close to physical menu, and for to make this idea applicable in our app, we try we will we get the idea is which is putting some images that make the menu close to physical one. That's it, and I we will go through the sketches of our app. Okay. At the end, we come with three most important tasks. One of them, visitor makes order, and these consider as hardest one between these three tasks. In summary, the visitor will view the menu and select his order. After that, he will confirm his order and select payment method. Task 2, cashier logs in, and this consider as easy one. Cashier will log in to the system with his account after verifying himself. If he does not have an account, he can sign up. Task 3, cashier manages order, and this is considered as moderate one. In summary, the cashier will receives and views all active orders, and he can then accept them or deny an order. After that, I will show you how we make the sketches for each task of them. Okay, now I will introduce how we make or how we benefit from previous interviews that we did, and you get very good ideas that may improve our design for the app. We get we got four main ideas. They said the customer usually curious about new dishes. So for this, we bring a new idea that is making special offer in the menu. So we can make highlight for some offer to let the customer know about our new dishes. Second idea, they said we need some technology that will help people to make order in COVID-19 period without need to real communication with people, without needing face-to-face communication. So for this reason, we try to make some communication ways through the app without need to talk face-to-face with waiter. For example, they can make calling or they can make some chatting with the cashier or the waiter. Also, they said we need to adding some fun to the app. So for that, we make some we try to making some riddle in the app. If the customer get answer the riddle correct, he will get some offer or some free dishes or drinks. For the four things they say try to make the menu close to physical menu, and for to make this idea applicable in our app, we try we will we get the idea is which is putting some images that make the menu close to physical one. That's it, and I we will go through the sketches of our app. For now, I will start to talk about how we make the design for the tasks. For each task, we make 5 designs. I will talk about this design in detail just for 2 best design out of them. Now, this is the first prototype or first design for the first task. And here, the second prototype of the first task. Also, this is the third prototype for first task. Here, this is the fourth prototype for first task. And as we see, it starts with the scanner. After we make the scanner, we go for the menu, and we put some image to make this menu close to physical one. Then there is option to make the customer call the employee or the cashier in order to ask him about something. And during the call, the cashier or also the customer can make the order during the call. After he finish, he can get the riddle, or he will get the riddle. If he answer it, he will get free drinks, as you see here. So the advantage of this idea, it has some fun, but the problem on it, some people will not understand the purpose of this riddle, why we make the riddle. So the option of the advice we get about how we fix that, they said we can make the riddle as optional. In fourth design, we make same things, but we make also we make the riddle, but without calling the cashier. We just can make the order during throwing the app without any needing of calling cashier or employee. As you see, also there is riddle here, and the customer can get free drinks or free dish if he answer the riddle correctly. What the people say about this? It has many options. For example, we can choose and edit and remove on it. And also, they say the disadvantage of this, there is some complexity about that. For some button, as you see here, there is a problem in paying. They said it shouldn't be like this. In second task, also there is 5 designs. This is the first design, this is the second design, and this is the third design. In the third design, they said it's nice and simple, as you see, and there is also one of the option which was login in by your Face ID, but they said does not have many choice, many options like next designs that has fingerprint also. In the this is the fourth design, and fifth design we make 3 options to log in. You can log in by your fingerprint or your face by your face ID, or you can log in by write your username manually. They said it's very good because there is many options, but they said it's a little bit confusing how we use this buttons. For example, they said we didn't understand what's mean of log in manually that is written here. At the end, this is the third task, and it has also 5 designs, which was view the order and accept or deny the order from the cashier. As you see, this is the order list, and this is the table number, and the cashier can accept or deny. If he deny, he need to provide reason of why he denied this order. What the people say is simple, but the problem, there is no way to communicate with the cashier. And also they say this cash button is some little bit confusing. This is the second design, and this is the third design, and this is the fourth design. As you see, it has same thing, but also here there is a way to communicate with the customer by call him or by receiving calling of him. As you see, he can deny or accept the order. If he click the X, he need to provide reason, or he can call the customer and then he make either resolve or call. At the end, he also can make some changes for the customer order. But the problem of this, it's some little bit confusing, or it's very confusing because some of the people who try to use these sketches, they said we cannot complete our tasks. But the good things, there is many option on it. That's it for lo-fi prototype.
And this is our medium 5 prototype.
When we scan it, we click this button. After we click this button, we will have this menu list. As you see, there is 3 types in this menu list. There is dishes or desserts or drinks. If we click here, we see the drinks, or here dessert and dishes here. For example, if we make add here, we will have another screen to tell me to select the quantity. But for me, I will order some desserts and then added them to cart. After that, I will add also some Pepsi, then send them to cart. What will happen after I send them to cart? We can see this icon that when I click it, I will go to shopping cart. In shopping cart icon, I will see the summary of my orders, for the name of the order and the price, and also the price with multiply with the quantity. For example, I need 2 of this dessert. I multiply 2 with 90. After that, the total will be 180. This is also for Pepsi, three pieces of Pepsi, a bottle of Pepsi. Then it will be $15, and I will get the total VAT and subtotal. Also, I can, for example, delete this order or this item to get to any edit my order. Then I can choose either buy with cash or buy with card. If I choose buy with cash, I will get this screen that show me the order is confirmed, and it will be ready soon. Now, I will show how we get the heuristic evaluation from other team and try to improve our design according to their heuristic evaluation. First thing they said, there is no indication of the order status, and we make this progress bar to show which stage the customer now or the order now in. So, for example, now your order is being prepared, or so this is show one of the stage that order can be on. In another heuristic, they said there is no way to go back to the menu immediately, and we make this back button to go back immediately from the shopping cart, as they said. Also, they said all the color scheme is not consistent throughout the whole app. For example, buttons and so far. So we make this to show how we make all the screens consistent. For as you see, this is the app of the cashier, and this is the app of customer. All of buttons are consistent. Also, they say the send password is confusing. So we change it, instead of send password. We said send password receipt link. Also, they said the application does not ask for permission to use the phone function, such as the camera and fingerprint. This is just a prototype, so we just need to show the most important things or the most important task. So it's not necessary to make this permission, because if we make this, that's made consider as a new task in the app. And also, this is done by the OS, not by the application itself. Also, they say the color of the reason Bob is not good. And in last version of our design, we remove this feature that was reject the order, so no need to provide reason again. Also, they said the pay with card option does not show if the user needs to input the card or only select. So they said it's not clear. So we make it more clearer by write card machine. Also, they said there is a riddle every time to customer on orders a meal. So we make it. We ask the customer before if he want to do the riddle or not, as you see here. Also, he have one attempt. Also, they say the title. There is two titles could confuse the customer in login. So we show that now it just became one title, login and login here. Also, they say send password is confusing, and we solve this problem already above. Also, they say the second screen has too many information in task 3 that is stuck together and cannot be viewed well. They mean the shopping cart. So for solve that, we make it now more clear, and as you see, it's very clear now. Also, they said all the tasks generally have small font. And as we know, this is a prototype, and making the font increase and decrease consider as different tasks that is not in our task list. Also, we make the font clear for normal people. Also, they say there is no way to differentiate between cashier and customer. In our idea, there are two different apps. So the customer will use his app and the cashier will use his app. So no need to make differentiate between them all. Also, they say there is no way to go back to the menu immediately, and we solved this before. Also, this is differentiate between cashier and customer, and we solved this before. They said forget password. Up button have colors that does not match, and we make. They said forget password and sign up button, and we solve this as we see here. Now the color became more consistent with the colors here. They said the register option only appears after you pass login manually, and we solve this also here. As we see, there is new user before making login by username. Also, they said The title should indicate current page instead of the application, and this is now we change this and we can say login instead of FATOORAH App or another things. This is the riddle, and we solved this before above, and this is about the many information, and we did this before also. And this is about the font, and also we talk about that before. This is also about they said about differentiate between cashier and customer, and we solved this before. And they say there is no transition between three tasks. You cannot go from task one to task two. And we said each task has its own prototype. Of course, there is no transition between them. There is transition inside the task itself, but between tasks, no need because each task has its own prototype.
So now I'll talk about our hi-fi prototype that consists of the three tasks. So here's the login page. As you can see, there are three options to log in by fingerprint, login by face, and login by username. So let's log in by face. After you've logged in, you'll see the order list. You can just log out, and let's try logging in by fingerprint and log in by username. So, and I'm logged in. You can also, if you're not a current user, you can register. So and we're signed up. So here is after we've logged in, you can see these cards, each with a table number and the total price, and a checkbox for paid and a checkbox for served. If you checked both of them, the order is done. You can also click on a card to view the details. You can go back, and you can also just log out. That's it. So here is the scan QR code page. I'll just scan it to get to the menu. So here's the menu that the customer will see. As you can see, there is a promotion on the New York strip, 20% off. So I'll take one. I can also share it with a friend if I wanted to. I'll take 2 Wagyu burgers, and I'll take 2 pina coladas, and I'll just go into the shopping cart to finish my order. As you can see here, I can see the menu items that I chose. I can see the total, the VAT, and the subtotal. I can choose my payment method. I can also cancel an order. So I'll just confirm the order. I'll do the riddle for the free drink. So the answer is kiwi, and I'll press I'm sure, and I've won. I can just choose my free drink. I'll choose the strawberry mojito, and my order is ready and on its way.